Oh, welcome everyone to this wonderful collab. Big shout out to the Creole Crafter for putting this all together. Make sure you guys check out all of the videos in this lovely playlist. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here, Annaboo, on the ones and twos, threes and fours. Cheers to seeing another week and all of that good jazz. Now this is a collaboration with some beautiful ladies that I've had the pleasure to meet on social media, on YouTube to be exact. I really didn't know what type of content to do when it comes on to this particular collab, because it's basically showing your talent, and because I'm so diverse in my talent, I really didn't know what direction I really wanted to go in. And it's like a 20-minute time period we have, basically to bring you guys something that, you know, is worthwhile bringing. And I said, you know what, for the first part of this video, I'm definitely going to take the opportunity to just talk and let you get to know who I am if it's the first time you know, stumble across this video because of this collab. My name is Anastasia, born and raised in Antigua and Barbuda, living in Canada, Toronto to be exact, for the last 13 years. My love for makeup started from a very young age. In my country, we love pageantry. And pageantry is all about glitz and glamour and all of that stuff. And in the Caribbean, we take pageantry very seriously. So that's where my passion, you know, started from. Seeing beautiful delegates year after year vying for the crown of Miss Antigua Barbuda, you know, Carnival Queen, etc. I went for vacation in 2007 to Guyana, and my friend put me into this show, and I didn't know that I was a part of the show until I got back from vacation, and I had to hurry up and pick a Caribbean country to represent and all that other stuff. I represented Jamaica, because Antigua was already taken, Guyana was already taken. Those would have been my first option, but they were already taken. So I was forced to take Jamaica. And I was Miss Jamaica. Because it was supposed to be like a cultural pageant and all that other stuff. So it's basically bringing culture together. And that's the way it all started. And I won the pageant. And then after that, I had to make an appearance, and I had to do, you know, certain events, and I had to show up. And I didn't have no money like that. I wasn't working. Initially, I was not supposed to be in the pageant because I was not eligible enough for the pageant. You're supposed to be 18 and over. I was only 16, freshly 16. I'll put that out there. And I did the pageant without my mom knowing or family members knowing, because I was supposed to be going to church and stuff like that, and I got church programs or like afternoon sessions in order to go to the practice and all that other stuff. So it was a wild, not gonna lie, it was a wild time, but I don't regret it because it has shaped me and molds me into the person that I am. And obviously a lot of people will have, past, and it is what it is. But once you can learn from those mistakes, and I wouldn't call it a mistake, it's just me doing something that was not of the church. And at that time it was very, very much shunned upon to be in swimsuits, and they're perceiving you having your naked body out there and stuff like that. It's just like, how church can be, and that's what it was for me, basically. So my mom found out, and me and her got into like a big argument because she thought that I was out there selling my body and doing the most, which that was not the case. My brother decided to tell a lie on me at the time. Half brother, that is. He was the older one on my father's side, and he went off and told my mom all kind of stuff, and my mom didn't even try to do her research or anything like that. She just went out on me like real talk, and it was very bad. But again, all of this had to happen in order for me to be who I am, and also not afraid to take risks and not afraid to jump out there and show my talent. Because I'll be honest and say to you guys, education was not my forte. I was more creative than just like studying books. I never really liked to do book work and stuff like that. I was more hands-on, arts and craft, that type of stuff. That's what I love doing, and that's where I shine the most. So you can only imagine. I used to sing before I took up dancing, and then I dropped dancing, and then I took up makeup. And then one of the things that I really wanted to do was to be the best version of myself that I could be. And when I came to Canada, I said to myself I wanted to do something that I will work for myself. And I was very successful doing that for many years. And then I worked at Sephora, and then I stopped working at Sephora, and then I'm now doing freelance makeup and stuff like that, etc, etc. But yeah, I'm going to do up my face real quick, and then we'll come back and continue this lovely conversation. So at this point of the tutorial, I'm going for a very natural look. Brings me back to pageantry. Think about when you're going to do press, interviews, special appearances, but you don't want your makeup to be too crazy. You want it to stand out. This is the idea that I'm going for. I'm using just neutral shades, and I'm going to put on a very full coverage lash, as you guys can see, and I'm just using very earth tone colors, nothing too much. I'm going to spend a lot of time on the skin, basically, because I want a full coverage look without doing too much. And you definitely don't have to break the bank in order to complete this look. This eyeshadow palette that I use, it was Sephora collection for that shimmery bronzy shade that I put all over the lid. I did went in with the Makeup by Mario for the browns, but that's a more high-end palette. But you can definitely get away with a Sephora collection palette or even a Dollar Tree palette, to be honest. These lashes are from Shein. The glue is from Dollarama. My nails are from Shein. The wig is from Shein as well. So that's I'm just putting the look together. And the liner is also from Dollar Tree. Yeah, so very affordable products so far. And that's what I want, something subtle but still makes a pop. That's why I went for a little bit more dramatic lash, but it's still not too full, but it's gonna do what it needs to do. Right here, I'm jumping in with my concealer. That's Too Faced concealer, and this is where I want to highlight. Highlight is very important. And then I'm going to go in with my normal foundation. I'm going to put that all around, and then I'm going to go in with the darker foundation on the outer perimeters because I want everything to blend. This is how I do my clients and how I do myself, because when I place everything where I want it to be, it's very easy to just blend everything out, and that way I can do the complexion really, really fast and effective instead of me doing one step at a time. I've learned how to be effective and also quick. As you can see right here, me blending out everything, and I'm just using an all over powder. This powder is a new powder I just got, and I really, really, really love this powder. I have to use it more often. It is so important to set your creams and your foundation. I went in with that all over powder just to bring some warmth back into the face before I go in with my under eye powder, which is a brightening powder and it's also matte. I went in with my beauty blender and just make sure all that concealer is already saturated under my smile lines or laugh lines or under eye baggage or crease. And then I go over it with powder. If you notice, my first go around was very, very light, and then my second go around is a little bit more heavy, but I'm just pressing that powder directly into the skin. That way I get a very even distribution of the powder, and I'm just going over everywhere that I've highlighted, as you can see. And I'm gonna go in with some contour. Contour, I just use a very brown shade in my nude palette, and that's gonna be my contour powder. You can make things work and do what it's supposed to do without it being a new item. You can use a nude palette and use that nude palette for almost everything. Your lip liner, your eyebrows, your contour. It can be used in so much different ways, so don't get discouraged. As you can see, I'm using that same warm color for my contour, and it's going to work just fine. You just have to find the right shade that complements your skin tone. So I hope and pray that you guys learn something from this small little mini tutorial, and also learn where the passion came from for makeup. And this is me just taking it back And this is what I would have done for myself for press week, interviews, any little presentation or going out there for the public. This is what I would have done. Just something very cute, very natural, but still has that element, you know, of glam. Full coverage because you know the sun is going to be hot. You're going to be sweating, so you want to make sure that you have on foolproof makeup, and you want it to stay a little bit matte so that when the natural oil started to come out, it's just going to make you look like more sun-kissed and all of that good jazz. You might be wondering, why didn't I do something special effects related? And I thought about it, and I thought about it really long, but I decided to give you guys something like this because it's going to be better for you guys to get to know me more, instead of me showing blood and all of that stuff, which I love doing. But instead of me doing that, I decided to take this approach to make you guys get to know me, get to know my personality, and then if you guys are really digging me and digging what I have to offer, then you definitely can go and look at my content. I have a special effects playlist that I've been working extremely hard to give you guys quality content every week, so check that out if you have the time to, and check out all the other wonderful ladies in this collab. Thank you to the Creole Crafter for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful collaboration. It has been my utmost pleasure being here and, you know, sharing my talents with you guys. So yeah, without further ado, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified. And remember, I beat and I beat for the gods. Bye. Eat. Every time. Look, flawless. Flawless execution. 10 out of 10. You can't beat it. See you in the next one. So before you leave, make sure you go and check out all of the lovely ladies who are part of this collab. I can assure you that you will not regret it. The links will be in the description bar below. Have a good one.